Oh, well, let's start with that. Just everybody say their name.
JP Norden.
Paul Norden.
I do solemnly swear.
And you want to be identified as J.P. Norden and Paul Norden?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Right, thank you.
Right, we read. Okay. So, first of all, your mom getting the Supermom Award. I mean, how did that come about?
My sister wrote in a letter to the Live with Kelly show. I mean, Live with Kelly and Michael show. And it was fun. So Mom, the contest, and she ended up being selected as one of the finalists, and then ultimately won it.
What was the criterion? What were they basing it on? Do you know?
I'm sorry, I don't hear well. So
what were they basing it on? How did they choose her?
I think you'd have to ask my sister Caitlin.
What was the question?
How did they select her?
Oh, I don't know. My sister was watching the show, and they read the letter, and she wrote a letter and said, well, gave her the whole story, and I guess the process had to go through like a few different people. So if they read the letter and didn't think it was good enough, they
what made them? How do they select?
Huh?
Yeah, like how that?
Yeah. So your sister told your story, right? I mean, so what made your mom so special in your story, in your lives? I mean, she obviously told her something that was pretty special.
Yeah, that
she told the truth about my mom. That's how she's always there for us.
And she did everything for us. She was, running back and forth between our hospitals, or when he was in rehab and I was in the hospital, going back and forth and doing that. She was basically our bodies for a while. Yeah, she had to carry stuff for us, do everything. So that was, basically it. Her story too.
She had to give up work. She couldn't even.
Everything. She had, to watch two of us. Literally did everything for us. I mean, I would call her in the middle of the night, Ma, can you come up and empty my urinal, all this and that. Never complained about nothing, just did everything for us.
How are you two doing now? It's been almost a year. A year ago this time, your marathon was a month away. How are you doing? I'll start with you, Paul.
I feel like I'm doing real good. I'm adjusting to the new normal for me, but all in all, I feel like I'm doing good. I just am not able to go back to work yet, but hopefully soon. We're hoping to. We're in the process of opening a business together, so hopefully that goes well.
What kind of a business?
Norden Brothers Roofing and Sheet Metal. We want to get back to doing what we did before, so it's like nothing changed,
Do you feel like you'll be able to work the same as you did before?
The business part of it, I don't see me going up and down a ladder all the time or something like that. But we know how to have a shop run well and right, and I think that we can do some stuff that other shops can't. So I think that part of it and getting the right guys in the company, I think that we'll be able to be better than everyone else.
In terms of adjusting to having a prosthetic leg, do you still think about it every day, or has it become a routine for you?
Unfortunately, yeah, we have to think about it every day, because when we get up in the morning, we have to put our leg on. I'm still sore all the time, and for him being above the knee just to walk, he has to do things differently. And mine's sore all the time, so I mean.
Depending on the New England weather, because this winter was pretty tough. It was difficult the first couple snowstorms, and then it's hard on black ice for either one of us, but we'll get used to it and we'll adjust.
Do they tell you that eventually the pain, the soreness will go away?
Yeah. For me, my tibia is flexing right now, and he said, my doctor told me that will stiffen up, but when it flexes, it's hitting a nerve. So I'm sore on it, and he said, it's going to have to toughen up no matter what. It's new, it's raw, it's whatever, but so I can't wait for that to happen, though, just to, not have pain for a little while.
I talked to another woman a couple months ago who had lost a leg, and the thing that bugs her the most is that she walks with a hitch. She says that drives her crazy. Does it drive you crazy?
That does drive me crazy, too. Yeah, I look like I waddle, but I'm sure when I don't know, maybe if I get a little stronger or something, I think it'll go away eventually. I just don't know when.
Yeah, that's what they told her too. Do you walk that way also?
I have a little limp, but I can see the difference. I haven't been off crutches too long, but I can see the difference pretty much week to week getting better. I feel like, pretty soon I'll walk probably as good as I'm going to get. I hope.
Last year, when you were leaving Spalding, when you had the press conference there, I think you, JP, said, we're going to be playing basketball in a year. Do you still feel like you're going to be able to do that?
Yeah, I mean, we could probably do that right now, but we haven't yet. But yeah, I mean,
We really know why we haven't played.
Why?
I'd win.
Oh.
whatever he thinks, he's not too bright. So, but no, yeah, I think we'll definitely be doing that as soon as the weather gets nicer. We'll be outside playing.
What's been the biggest limitation? Is there something you've had to give up or not be able to do?
I actually, though, haven't learned to run yet. Not that I was a runner before, but like to play basketball and stuff, I'd run. So that, like, just not being able to move like you used to is really tough. But all in all, it's okay. Like, I'm still with everybody. All my friends, like, they don't treat you any different. Everything's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't found anything that I couldn't do that I did before yet. Like he said, we weren't people that were avid runners or anything, but I hit some golf balls the other day, which I love golfing. I golf all the time, but so I still haven't found anything that I can't do. It's different. I don't hit the ball like I used to, and my swing's different and stuff like that, but I can still do it.
How's your buddy Mark Fucureel doing?
He's doing better. He, still doing the same thing we do. Has a busy schedule.
His wedding's coming up.
Yeah, he's
getting
wedding
married.
on April 17th. He's got more surgeries. We still have more surgeries, so it's basically pretty much the same thing for everybody. We're all real busy though, with just different stuff.
When you go back in for more surgeries, what is it? What more do they have to do?
Well, this last year we had many different surgeries. I had to get a bunch of skin off my back to flap the bottom of my leg because the first skin grafts I had on weren't durable enough. I have to get both ears done.
I got my ears done. I mean, my ear done.
His ear done, his hand.
My hand, I'm going back in a month to get my hand done again.
What's wrong with your hand?
They actually don't really know 100%. Like, I actually got surgery at Beth Israel, and then I went to see his doctor, Dr. Caterson, and so I went to Brigham for a few, and now I'm working with Dr. Talbot, and he still isn't positive what it is, but we're gonna see. They believe it could be some scar tissue, so we're gonna go and do surgery.
Yeah, I had some bone taken out of my left leg too, my good leg.
Yeah.
So we've been busy with that too.
Writing the book, Twice as Strong. Paul, you said you didn't know some of the stuff. You had somebody help you tell each other's story, but
Well, when I was reading it, I didn't know what happened to my brother after the explosion because I just couldn't see him, or I kind of really couldn't see anyone, but so I didn't know what happened. So when I was reading the book and saw what he had to go through, it made me cry, and it was just tough to read, to see what he went through, and then just in general hearing all the other stuff that went on, because I was in a medically induced coma, so I didn't I missed the first week of April 15th to the 22nd, so I didn't know what happened.
But you both said you were kind of aware right at that second that something terrible had happened. You were aware.
Yeah, I saw him. At the thing, and I was so hurt, and I just looked over and I saw him. I was yelling to him, and he couldn't hear me and stuff. And I saw his leg off, but I saw him sitting up, and I could only see him from the side, so I didn't see that he had burns and stuff up here and everything. And he looked fine, except besides his leg being off. But he looked like nothing was even really bothering him. That's what it looked like to me, anyways. But so I knew he lost his leg, and I knew he was hurt, but I didn't know how bad. same. I knew I was, really hurt, but again, I didn't know how bad. When I got to the hospital, they said I had 1 pint of blood left.
Wow. But did you know right away that you had lost a leg also?
I knew, yeah, because when the first went off, like, I was confused, but I thought, like, I got punched. I didn't know, like, and I was rolling around, and when I tried to get up, I tried to put this foot into the ground, and I couldn't, it was gone. So.
Did you both hear the first explosion go off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you think then?
I didn't know what it was. Like, I knew it was loud, but I knew, like, when, like, you could hear, like, people cheering, and then other people were, like, I don't know if it was crying or they were screaming, but I knew it wasn't like a cannon going off, but I didn't know if it was like a gas explosion or something, because actually to me it looked like that building was going to come down because of the cloud of smoke, the dust cloud or whatever. And then we like huddled up and we were talking, like that 12 seconds seemed like a lifetime to us. Like I feel like we did a lot in 12 seconds. Unfortunately not quick enough, but.
Did you think about getting out of there?
Like, he said, it was like a bunch of different emotions. Like, people were clapping, people were, crying, some people were scared, other people didn't know what it was. I thought it was a gas explosion. I thought the manhole cover blew off, and, it was just that was it. But our friend of ours was like, all right, we got to get in the street. So when we huddled up, and that was going to be our plan, and we just didn't make it.
You get into the street because you wanted to get away from the crowd, or?
Well, he said get in the street because like you would see if there was another. Because another one of us said that was a bomb. So the kid that said get in the street, he was pretty smart because he knows that you would have saw if there was something, if there was a bomb or something in the street, you'd be able to see. But like with the buildings and everything, you couldn't see if you were still on the sidewalk.
Do you remember rescue people coming to help you?
Yeah. After judging, like, from what that 12 seconds was, like, how much we did in that 12 seconds, I mean, when I was laying on the sidewalk, I thought it took them a while to get to me, but they really didn't. I mean, it was seconds, but it felt like minutes when you're laying there and you're hurt and whatever. But, yeah, they all huddled around. People were taking their shirts off. Whatever they had, scarves for tourniquets. I had a bunch on both legs. And they did a damn good job with me, I think, anyways. And, it was, you could hear them with everybody. So they were helping everyone. But they're the ones that really saved us, I think.
And they were just people in the crowd, right?
Yeah. Random people. I know the first person that rushed over me told me he was former military, but yeah, he's a civilian,
And the amazing thing about those people was that they didn't run away, they ran towards us, and you figured 2 went off, there's going to be more. I would have thought that. Laying on the ground, I thought there was going to be more. So, I mean, those guys and women, they're brave people.
It's amazing how much you remember, because a lot of people would maybe lose the memory of what happened. Do you go over it in your mind still?
No, I feel we both pretty much just, it was part of us, but we moved on, and, the only time we talk about it pretty much is if during interviews,
Yeah. Now, you both said at the time that you really weren't interested in talking about who did this, but having put a year behind you now, are you more interested? Are you interested in the trial? Are you interested in the outcome?
Nah.
I just think the justice system will do what it's going to do, and we have no control, so that's my answer. I have nothing. I don't even think of the kid.
Yeah, I mean, I just think we look at it as like, this person did this or whatever, but we couldn't control it that day, and I don't even think about the marathon ever, I just think about moving forward, getting stronger, and doing what I have to do. It's been like our job this last year to do this, and that's what we're focused on. We're not really focused on what's going on with them.
Mm-hmm. And so in terms of the trial, you wouldn't have an interest in going in there?
No. Just got moved to Washington too, right?
Did it? I don't know.
I think it did, right?
I think that was said. I honestly, I really don't. Either one of us, we really don't even pay
It's news
attention.
to all of us. I don't know.
When we were in New York this past week, someone had said it got moved to Washington. But that's so much we don't really know either. So that's how much we follow it.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I'll have to check that out. So, I mean, the group seems to be divided. I mean, a lot of the people I've talked to have said the same thing that you're saying. That it's like, you know, they're focused on getting better and moving ahead. But I guess I'm wondering why you're not more curious about what drove somebody to do this.
I didn't hear the last part of that, sorry.
So I'm wondering why you're not more curious about what would drive or motivate somebody to do this.
Because...
What's it really change?
Yeah.
Like, what's it really change if they say, and who's to believe what's said about it anyways, you know? Like, what are you going to say, he's mentally ill or something? Like, it just doesn't even matter. Like, doesn't change anything.
Yeah, do you think, I mean, I don't think he's going to get on the stand and say why he did this. You know, he pled innocent anyways, right? So I don't think we're going to get an answer out of that.
Writing a book, was that cathartic for you at all? You know,
I don't even know what that word means. Sorry.
sort of like telling the story, you sort of put it behind you and you get all your emotions out, and there it is. So it's just like, that's done. That's kind of what it means.
For the book was like, I think it was therapeutic for all of us a little bit. You know, we all got to hear everyone's side of everything. Even to this day, like we haven't sat down and talked about the whole thing, you know, because that was really our focus from the beginning, was just moving on with this, putting it behind us. And I think, you know, we've done a good job of that. But the book was interesting to hear everybody's side.
Yeah, because we have our first responders, our nurses, and some doctors, and friends and family tell their what they saw and what they, you know, what they saw us go through and how we went through, and then you get our version too at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, just what everyone thought about when they saw us. Like our prosthetist, before he really knew us, you know, his side of things, to people that help us in the gym now, and, you know, what our girlfriends thought, and all that stuff, which it was pretty cool.
What do your girlfriends think?
Well, his
Well, my
girlfriend
girlfriend was involved.
Yeah,
She was
I
with
know,
us.
yeah.
So, I don't know. Everyone that we've had read it thought it was a good book.
Is there anything, sounds kind of strange, but positive that's come out of this for you guys?
Yeah, a ton. A lot of stuff. I myself got a different outlook in life with people, and you know, not that you don't realize it, but you get a lot. People are good. I mean, from giving you just, you know, their what they thought about you and this and that, and how good of friends we had. And, you know, we've got a lot of opportunities. We got to meet a lot of new people, you know, special people. And that stuff was, like, for one bad thing that happened to us, and of course it was a real bad thing, but we got a lot of good out of it.
How about for you?
Actually, could you ask that again, just because I caught Dan leaning in a little bit.
Oh.
And I'm just going to get a little tighter, just so I got that clean
Sorry.
of you.
You don't have to answer again.
Yeah, don't answer, guys. This is just anytime.
So is there anything positive, good, that came out of this for you? How do you?
Pretty much, like he said, just meeting, like, all the people we got to meet that, like, and all the people that want to, like, still to this day, a year later, want to help us. And just, and like he said, a positive outlook on life now, like a real positive outlook. Because unfortunately, it takes a tragedy for, like, you know, people to just say hi to you, like, when you walk down the street. But it's, like, nice, because there's so many nice people.
Yeah.
There's only, like, 1% that's bad. But you don't see it. When you watch the news every day, it's always negative.
How about the One Fund? Number one, did that come as a surprise to you that people were that generous or going to give to you? And has that helped you? Has it been a good thing for you?
The One Fund, I think, was, you know, like, It helps like relax you because like with our legs every 3 to 5 years, paying for those obviously adds up a great deal, and so it like relax you in that sense, knowing that you don't really have to worry that like you can afford to pay for your leg.
Yeah, and also like, what did they get? 60-something million in a fund? Like that was from people. That wasn't from anyone else. It was God. I mean, how can you ask somebody or a group of people to give $60 million? That's pretty amazing.
How does it work? Is it tax free, or is it like income?
Yeah, this one was, right?
Yeah, it was tax free.
Oh, that's good. Because otherwise that'd be a pretty big tax bite.
Yeah, but yeah, this one it was a gift that they said, so it worked out, and it was pretty amazing for them to do that to us.
Now, have you invested it in or do you have like, are you managing it so it's not just like sitting under your mattress? No.
Yeah. We had met with a bunch of financial advisors and chose the one that was best for us, and because obviously we never had that problem of managing that money to make more money, and again he said how the prosthetics are so much, but that's what we have to worry about, and right now not working, you want to make more money than not.
When do you think you will? We started this by talking about work. When do you think you'll be able to?
I think probably after April. It's just right now we got a lot going on with all this stuff, with interviews and other stuff.
Promote our book and stuff. So
yeah, we got a little book tour and stuff like that. So once that dies down a little bit, then we're gonna go to work.
So here you are, two everyday regular guys, sheet metal workers, and now you have something of a celebrity status. What's that like?
I wouldn't go that far, but it's nice. It is. People that it's not like that. They run over you and want your autograph or anything, but they want to come over and tell you how proud they are, or how we inspire them, or this and that. And we don't look at it like we're inspiring anyone. We're just looking at it like they would do what we're doing. If they were hurt. That's just the type of people we are. We got hurt, we got knocked down, we got up, and we're moving on. And that's what we're doing. But everyone, they're nice. People are good.
I struggle with it a little bit, but I actually do enjoy like what people say to me. But I do struggle with just people coming up to me like when I'm just out to eat or something. But I really do appreciate it.
I mean, what were the chances that here you go to a marathon that both of you are going to lose a leg, both of you the right leg? Do you think about that? I mean, what are the
millions of people, we're the only two, so obviously not good. Thank God, though, it's not that good of chances.
But I mean, when we were always together, so if it was going to go off, we were going to be next to each other. So the chances of that happening, of us both being at the same place at the same time, is a good chance. Is being there and being in that wrong spot, chances, I don't know. Like you said, there's hundreds of thousands of people there, and it hit us and our friends. But if it wasn't us and our friends, it was going to be someone else. So we wouldn't have wanted that either.
Oh,